Okay, I just wanted to come back on and clarify a couple of things that I talked about in the video that I just made a little while ago. First off, and people in the comments, when they were talking about the concordant, and I told you it's a very literal Bible. And A. Enoch, when he translated it, he used, if this word meant this, he used it that way all the time. And in the comments of the video that I watched, there were Christians, and they were just mocking that, like that was silly. And that's ignorance, okay? That's just complete ignorance, because they're thinking like an American who speaks English. Because in English, you can love chocolate, you can love your wife. You use the same word. Well, the Hebrew language in the Old Testament and the Greek language in the New Testament, those languages are very specific. Like, as I say, we use the word love for a broad range of things. They have specific words. They have at least 4 words that mean different kinds of love. So it's not to act like because it's literal and they're using the same word to mean the same thing. Well, God uses the same word to mean the same thing. If he means you love chocolate and you love your wife, he's using 2 different words. Okay, don't get in that mindset. And again, people love their ignorance, and they think their ignorance is, well, they don't think it's ignorant. But comments like that are just, they're ignorant. God is specific. And that's why the concordant doesn't use, as I told you in the video on hell. Hell means unseen, Sheol. That's what it means. Hades in the Old Testament, Sheol in the New. I may have that backwards right now. My mind is going off. But anyway, very specific. So the fact that it's literal and specific, and Enoch he understands analogies, metaphors, way better than you and I do, I can assure you, because he outlines how they are used in the book. Secondly, I did want you to understand this. When I talked about Adam and Eve and their situation being somewhat perfect, it was perfect to them. I understand that the disruption had already happened. As I said in another video, the disruption occurred in Genesis 1:1, between 1:1 and 1:2. And that was the disruption in the celestial realm. Okay? So I understand that the universe, or however you want to look at that, was not perfect. And I understand that God had already created the adversary, which is what led to the disruption outlined, not really outlined, but understood between Genesis 1:1 and 1:2, when it says, and the earth became void and formless and void. Okay, I understand that Satan was already there before Genesis 3, when Adam and Eve, Genesis 2 when Adam is formed, and then Genesis 3 when the temptation took place. when Satan deceived Eve. I just wanted to clarify that so you didn't think, oh, Satan was made before that. Yes, I know. I know. But as far as Adam and Eve knew, God had built a hedge around them. They didn't know he had built a hedge around them, but their situation was they weren't dying. They had plenty of provision. They were with God every day. They were in harmony with their surroundings. All of that. So I just wanted to clarify that so there's no misunderstanding, okay, about either one of those 2 points. So I love you all.